Hey buddy, it's Crazy Good Time 4 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In the last episode, we went through Classic Mode with the Princess of the Mushroom Kingdom, Peach. In this episode, we're going through some Classic Mode with Bowser, King of the Koopas. So, let's check out this boy's palette swap. So we got the regular classic palette swap for Bowser. We got a kind of like a dark Bowser. Dark-ish, no, that's a pretty dark Bowser with like red hair. We got a more lighter Bowser, kind of like a fire Bowser when you really think about it. We got a blue Bowser with like kind of like green skin. I'd say metallic kind of Bowser. I kind of like this one a lot. And a brown Bowser. Pretty like a dirt kind of Bowser. I don't know. Let's get right into it. So Bowser, he's here in the game. He's the primary antagonist of the Mario series, of course, returning from his series debut, his Smash series debut in Melee, since that was actually the first game he was in when it comes to Smash. I think he was supposed to, from what I remember hearing, he was planned to be in 64, kind of like with Peach as well, but it just never happened, which is interesting. But I mean, you know, with them being added in 64, I think that's perfectly fine. I'm kind of down for that. It says rather than utilizing recycled voice clips from Mario Kart 64 as well as realistic sounds, or being voiced by Kenny James, who voiced Bowser in Super Mario Strikers and its sequel, as well as Mario Galaxy, he now uses more realistic dragon-like sound effects. That makes a lot of sense. He does sound like he does really sound like a dragon when you really think about it. I mean, he's supposed to be a turtle, so it doesn't really make too much sense, but it kind of does because it's just Bowser. Oh, I thought that was a dead DK. I was excited for a second. Now, Bowser, I will say, definitely changed quite a bit since Melee. I mean, he's still slow and clunky like he was in Melee, but honestly, I think he got a major improvement from Melee. I mean, not only in the speed department, I definitely think he's much better when it comes to his speed. But I could be mistaken about this, but something tells me his speed is better. I don't know why, but I just feel like his speed is definitely, not speed, power, is definitely a little better than it was in Melee. Maybe it's the same. No, to me, Bowser in Brawl seems more powerful than Bowser in Melee. When it comes to like the amount of damage he can do, and also the amount of knockback he can do as well. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me voicing my opinion on Bowser's, I guess, functionality, you would say. All right, let's check out Bowser's special moves though. So first off, we got his neutral special, Fire Breath, where he just kind of like breathes out this stream of fire. The longer you actually hold it out, the shorter the fire actually gets, and to the point where I think that's like, yeah, that's like the least amount it can actually go. It still will do damage, but your opponent has to be insanely close for it to actually like hit at that point. And what's also really cool about it is that you can actually angle it up and down. I don't remember if you can angle it in Melee, but if that, I don't know, I don't think you could. I think Brawl is the first game where you can actually angle the Fire Breath. And that does 2% for near and 1% for far, so it does do more damage the closer they are, which I guess, you know, honestly makes sense. But then we got his side special, which is Flying Slam. This one is quite a staple in the Smash series, if you ask me. And there's a reason why. Flying Slam, Bowser kind of grabs. Okay, if I can get someone, there we go. He grabs someone, lifts them up into the air, flips, and then does like a slam into the ground. Does nice damage. And what's also cool about it, I'm gonna risk my life for this, but you can also KO yourself and an opponent with that move. That's called, I think, the Bowser side, Bowser Suicide. It's really fun to use and just kind of like to you know, annoy your friends. It's fun. I like the move a lot. It's really enjoyable. Actually, I don't know how it is in Brawl, because I know in Smash 4 and Ultimate, Bowser dies first if he were to use the Bowser's Suicide. But I think in Brawl, the opponents at the same time. I could be mistaken about that. But, oh well, see, it says, can be used to commit Bowser side, which under most circumstances KOs the opponent first. So under most circumstances it KOs the opponent first, which is a given, especially since I'm at 3 stocks. So I think Brawl is honestly the game where Bowser's Suicide is honestly at its best. mainly at its best, like, when it comes to, like, you know, like, the suicide portion. Because it literally kills the opponent before it kills you. So, which works very, very well in a lot of circumstances. Especially, like, imagine it being like a one-stock match, and then you just Bowser suicide with someone, and then they die first. They'd be so mad. It'll be funny as heck. And that does 18% on the slam itself, and 13% for the subspace emissary slash. So if you guys remember in Melee, he had his side special was I believe like Koopa Claw, where he would like slash, kind of like slash his opponents if they're far, but if they were near enough, he would kind of like grab them and just kind of like claw into them or bite them or something like that. I think his side B in this game, when it comes to like, you know, showing it off in Subspace Emissary, is roughly the same, except it's only the slash, from what it seems. I never used it when neither me or Jeff used it when we played Subspace in this Let's Play, but apparently that's a thing. Then we got his up special, which is Whirling Fortress. He kind of like just goes into a shell and spins around. If you you know, go into the air, then he just goes like that. It's, you know, it's not the best in terms of that worked. It's not the best in terms of recovery. Wow, he just died like that. But it has some height to it. Has a little bit of diagonal reach to it as well. And it does 11% on ground hit 1, 5% on ground hit 2, ground hit 2 clean, my fault, 3% on ground hit 2 late, 10% on air hit 1, 3% on air hits 2 to 6, and 2% on air hits 7 to 11. 7-11? Anyone? So yeah, Whirling Fortress is a fun move. It's decent. Like I said before, it's decent in recovery. Not the best, obviously, but in a lot of circumstances, it can actually be considered to be useful. Then, like, you know, Donkey Kong's he died so quick. That was amazing. But I don't know. It really depends on the situation. And then we got his final special move, his down special, Bowser Bomb, where if you do it on the, he has two versions of it. One is if you do it on the ground, he leaps into the air and slams, and just slams down, doing a lot of damage and knockback. But if you actually do it on in the air, which I will show off in just a moment, then he just slams straight down, just straight down, instead of actually like going at it, like starting at an angle. So yeah, there's two versions of it. Both I think actually have the ability to like grab onto the ledge pretty easily if you're careful enough. I think so, at least. I mean, I've tried it before, and I guess it works kind of. Let me just kill these two fools. There we go, perfect. That should work. It says, however, due to hit stun canceling, the first hit is not a true combo into the second. The main attack does not have any freeze frames, so it's not, you know, a true, because you usually with Bowser's up B, or not, sorry, down B, when doing it on the ground, you can actually hit the first hit and then lead into the second hit, but because of like Brawl's, I don't know, there's like this thing in Brawl of like hit stun canceling, you know, it's not always a definite. In Smash 4 and Ultimate, it seems to be a definite. You can like break shields with that if you're close enough and if they're shielding, you know, for both hits, which is really useful. Really good, you know, move to break shields with. But before we get into the taunts, let's of course talk about the Final Smash, Giga Bowser. Y'all remember Giga Bowser from Melee? Well, now he is a Final Smash. Giga Bowser is basically the exact same as he was in Melee. He turns into that, you know, that big guy himself, Giga Bowser, and he does a crap ton of damage. His moves have like elemental properties to it. Like I believe his down smash has like ice properties or something. I think either maybe his up smash has like poison properties. There's a lot of cool things about Giga Bowser, and it's a really good Final Smash. You know, the how do I explain this? The Final Smash itself doesn't do damage. It's the damage you know, input is just what you do with like regular moves. So that's why it's like, you know, not really. It's kind of like a no damage kind of thing, but at the same time it isn't. It's hard to explain. Ganondorf? Yeah, got him. Nice. But with that is basically all of Bowser except his taunts. Good taunts, actually. I do like his taunts quite a bit. His up taunt, which we will actually show off in just a moment. Hello, Master Hand. How are you doing on this fine day, my good man? How are you doing? His up taunt, he just kind of like roars. He just kind of like, how do I say that? I would say roll. Well, he kind of rolls his body a little bit back in like a circle and just roars a bit while letting off some steam. His side taunts, I'll show off in just a moment. He just does a lot of chomps, and he's like an angry guy. It's fun. And then his down taunts, kind of taunts his opponent by just standing on his leg, dance a little bit. I like that one a lot. That one's probably my favorites. In terms of just like, you know, which one's just more fun to use. When it comes to like my absolute favorite, in terms of like, you know, which one I like the most, I don't know, his up taunt is really nice, but also his side taunt's pretty good too. Hard to say. I mean, Bowser's taunts have always been a favorite of mine. I've definitely enjoyed that. I've definitely enjoyed his taunts quite a bit. Hey, clear without losing a life. See, if there's a Smash 4 Ultimate, I would have, you know, lost at least one life because, you know, Bowser's suicide wouldn't have worked as well as it does in this game. So thanks to Brawl. I appreciated Brawl for, you know, making Bowser Bomb such a good move in this game, because it really is. Oh, the Giga Bowser music is so good. I love the song so much. This is, I think this is a song that actually, yeah, this is literally the song that played when Giga Bowser was fought in Melee. So yeah, really cool. That was the only instance where that song can actually be heard too. There's another version of this exact song, which is the Final Destination song of Melee, but it's like a different tempo. I think that's the right word.
Congratulations!
It kind of reminds me of the Spider-Man scene in like seeing Spider-Man 1. But even then, I don't really want to think about it because it's two Bowsers, kind of. But yeah, so that's Bowser. That's Bowser Classic Mode done. So with that, let's go ahead and go to training to check out Bowser's final Smash Giga Bowser. Let's check this out. Come on, there we go. Let's check out how this thing works. It's gonna work exactly, like I mentioned, it's gonna work exactly the same how Giga Bowser was in Melee. How he's big, he looks a little different, and he's like super powerful. So here's Giga Bowser. It transforms into this guy. Looks more vicious than he was in Melee though. Like, look at that, his down smash, his ice properties, his forward smash, his fire properties, his up smash. Okay, up smash has electrical properties. I know one of his moves has, let me actually check this out. I know one of his moves has like a poison property. Let me see which one. Uppy? No, Uppy's, I think his special moves are the same. It's his side tilt. His side tilt has poison properties. Okay, what about his down tilt? Also poison? And up tilt? Well, I guess we're not gonna see. Actually, there's a chance that all his tilts are poison. Let me check. 'Cause I'm curious now. Let's see, is it? It's kind of hard to. Well, his up throw, okay, so all his tilts are poison. Some of his aerials are poison, one of them is, he has I'm just gonna say this right now. All his moves have some sort of, oh, okay. I actually did not expect to get that, but sure. I mean, I'll take it. Oh, fine. All his moves have some sort of poison properties to them, except I believe his special moves. I think that's the only thing that doesn't have any poison properties. Or, sorry, elemental properties, that's what I meant. But anyways, let's end it off by going to Bowser's trophy and reading his trophy description. Bowser, the king of the Koopas and Mario's eternal rival. He breathes fire, hurls hammers, attacks from vehicles like the Koopa Clown Car, and uses all sorts of weapons in hopes of taking out Mario. As his size suggests, he's immensely powerful. His son Bowser Jr. is a chip off the old block who spends his time creating trouble for Bowser. And the games we have is Super Mario Bros. For the NES and Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube. So yeah, and that's actually it for all the Super Mario characters. At least for the first row of characters, which is basically the main Super Mario Bros. Characters. But anyways, that'll be it for today's episode of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In the next episode, we'll be going through classic mode as the ape himself, Donkey Kong. Ape of the jungle, king of the jungle, whatever you like to call him, Donkey Kong. Let's see how this one goes. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media, including Twitch, is of course down in the description. And I'll be see you guys next time. Pop-Tart out.